Announced back in 2009, the arrival of The Last Guardian has been a long time coming. Numerous delays, development changes, and rumors of cancellation surrounded this title for years. But now, at long last, The Last Guardian is here and ready to be experienced on the PlayStation 4. What do I think of Team Ico's long-awaited game? Here are my game reflections on The Last Guardian. In the story of The Last Guardian, you play as a young boy who awakes to find himself in a cave with a great creature known as Trico. After freeing the chained Trico, the two unlikely companions discover that they are in a great fortress known as the Nest, and the only way to escape from this massive structure is together. The story of this game is full of wonder and intrigue, and like previous titles by this developer, not all of your questions are answered, and you have to piece together some of the story yourself. The true heart of the story, however, lies in the friendship between the boy and Trico. As the game progresses, the bond between these two characters will grow, and all throughout the game you will have both fantastic and heartbreaking moments. The dialogue is ultimately minimal, but the tale of The Last Guardian is an engrossing one indeed, and the climax of the story is one of the most memorable I've ever played in a game. In terms of gameplay, The Last Guardian is very reminiscent of the studio's earlier game, Ico. Two characters must work together to solve puzzles and traverse a gigantic castle. Unlike Ico's Yorda, however, Trico in The Last Guardian is a massive beast with truly dynamic AI. Trico can leap to distant ledges, as well as obliterate obstacles with his magic tail. Playing as the boy, you have to activate switches, traverse areas that are too small for Trico, and destroy great glass eyes, which the creature is greatly afraid of. Cooperating together with Trico is key, and later on you'll be able to call out commands to Trico to help you progress.
Well, good. Llevote.
Trico, being a wild animal, won't always listen to you, but the stronger your bond, the greater you can work together. By feeding magic barrels to Trico, you can restore his energy and help build your friendship with the creature. Petting Trico when he does something right is equally important, as not only does it calm him down after battles, but it helps him recognize that you are pleased with his actions. Some have complained that Trico doesn't always respond to you, but to be honest, I like this aspect of his character, as it makes Trico feel like a living, breathing animal, as opposed to a machine that only responds to commands. Once I found out the best ways for Trico to understand commands as the game went on, I hardly ever ran into any issues. In my opinion, Trico is one of the most impressive and beautiful creatures I've ever seen in a game. All of his animations and little quirks are wonderfully realized, and there are times when Trico looks so lifelike, I swear I could reach out and touch him. Trico makes the gameplay of The Last Guardian truly unique, as you have to have his help to solve many of the game's puzzles. In addition to bounding around the great platforms of the Nest, Trico can help the boy reach higher ledges by straightening his neck, or help you reach lower spots by climbing down his tail. Once you reach a certain point in the game, you discover these enchanted armors which will hunt down and capture the boy, and only with Trico's help can you defeat them. Trico takes care of most of the combat for you, but you can help out by luring or knocking over certain guards, which Trico has a harder time with. Platforming and puzzle solving are the key elements of this game, and it's the team effort of the boy and Trico that will get you through it. The Last Guardian contains some of my favorite gameplay moments from this year. There are so many breathtaking climbing and platforming sequences, some majestic, some intense, but they were all fantastic, and I love the roller coaster ride this journey takes you on. I love the story and the gameplay of The Last Guardian, but it would be remiss of me not to mention how utterly beautiful this game is. The landscapes of the game, whether they be crumbling towers or a lush grove of trees, everything here is captivating. The boy has so many great subtle animations, as does Trico, and even the occasional dip in the game's frame rate isn't enough to detract from the sheer visual artistry of this game. The game's soundtrack is also quite marvelous, punctuating key moments and adding to the game's already engrossing atmosphere. The Last Guardian is a real treat for both the eyes and ears, and it helps the game stand out as one of the most original titles of this year. I absolutely adored my time with The Last Guardian. The characters, the story, the simple but fun gameplay, and the magnificent visual design all combined to make one of the most unique and amazing games of this year. I believe that it was well worth the wait, and it makes a great addition to the PlayStation 4 library. I love this game, and I hope you enjoy it too, because the story of Trico is well worth checking out. Thank you for watching this episode of Game Reflections. What are your thoughts on The Last Guardian? Feel free to share in the comments below. Until next time, keep having great adventures, everyone.
Ugh.